Oh wait, I'm coming.
Blow
I'm
'em
coming.
up. They're
I'm
dead.
coming.
They're dead. Dragonair's dead.
Yes!
Yo!
Oh my god!
I was breathless, my heart restless. Every time
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Kill him! Kill him! Oh my god!
to my own song, but you came, you made me see the weight I put on me was too much, too tough to heal. I needed time.
Nope.
I needed
87! I'm going for it. Oh my god, I had to hit it! Dude, the fact that I landed that first try. Come on. Yes!
No!
It turned into energy ball! Yes! Let's go! Yo, what is up, everyone? I see we got Ducky in here. Hello, hello. Let me just turn this music down just a little bit. There we go. We don't got Bleach music, but we do got some Pokemon music. He's alive! I get bragging rights for being first, right? You 100% get bragging rights. You can brag to everyone. So, welcome to the stream, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are all having a good day. It's good to see you guys. I'm going to be doing a Bleach stream today. I haven't been doing a lot of like Bleach content. I've been doing Bleach shorts a lot, but not in terms of like videos or streams. I wanted to kind of start changing that though, because next week, the new Bleach Rebirth of Souls is going to be coming out. So I probably won't be here long because I've basically never watched anime of any kind. See, I kind of expected that. That's perfectly fine. If you guys aren't interested in this, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. I know not everyone's into Bleach. I have a lot of people in like a lot of different like communities, like Dr. Wumpa. I got Pokemon community. Obviously, that's probably the biggest, and that's what I mainly focus on. But I wanted to do this because I do want to play the new Bleach game coming out, and at least just try it out. I want to play it a little bit on stream, and then after that it'll probably just go back to the normal streams. And then obviously whenever we hit 1K, we're going to be doing our hardcore Nuzlocke on Pokemon Emerald, since that's the one that won the poll. I actually thought the poll was going to be a lot closer. It was not. It was a huge win for Emerald. You guys obviously wanted me to do Emerald again, so we're going to do that. And we're going to see how that one goes. I did do like a little bit of practice, but besides that, we should have some fun. I'm gonna randomize it and everything. We got Nick in here. I'm a little sad. What's up, Nick? Why are you sad? We're supposed to be having a good day here, hanging out, just having fun. Well, why are you sad, Nick? Let me know. What you got? What's got you bummed out? By the way, we're just gonna kind of chill here for a little bit. Just let people get in here, just hang out, talk to chat a little bit. I wanted to do platinum on the voting, but I saw how many votes on the Emerald and I gave up. Yeah, it would have been nice to do platinum again, but sadly it just didn't win. What will we do? Well, actually, there is something else we will be doing that does involve platinum. So actually, Nick, don't be sad, because we will still be doing platinum. It's a little something that we'll be doing, and so we'll definitely be doing that. I don't want to spoil what's gonna happen. We're kind of working on things behind the scenes, and we're waiting on some stuff. But don't worry, we will be playing platinum. We will be playing platinum. It's a little bit different from everything else, but I think you guys will enjoy it nonetheless. But without further ado, let's get into the list. So for all my Bleach fans out there, you guys watch this. I'm not rating any of these characters right here. Either because, one, we don't know them. Like, a lot of these are like the old Gote 13 members, so it doesn't really make sense for me to do them because we don't really know much about them. The one I think we know the most is the one from the Shihoin clan, but that's about it. And then we got a bunch of characters from the novels, and then we got Blair the Witch. I have thought about reacting to Blair the Witch. If you guys are interested in that, then maybe we could do that. But I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna rank any of those characters. So we're just gonna be ranking all the main characters that you see here. Some of them we'll probably gloss over a little bit, but for the most part, we're gonna be ranking all these characters. So you guys just let me know you guys agree with my list. I was on the beginning of Platinum, which is in the same old, but all the others I've never seen. Got it. And then Hat. We got Hat from Brian. Welcome to the stream, Brian. Hopefully you're having a good day. And we're gonna get right into it. Okay, so we got Ichigo, the main character. We're gonna do a straight A tier right off the bat. I also think my family just got home, so I might actually have to like get out of here real quick. But we'll talk about Ichigo, main character. Either A or S for me. I'm gonna put him A tier. I actually do think he's a really good main character. I love Ichigo. He's one of my favorite. Actually, we're gonna move him to S because he is in my top 5. I feel like my top 5 kind of needs to be an S tier. Ichigo is a great character. The main reason I got into Bleach was because I actually really love Ichigo as the main character. He's just a really mature character, and he does go through growth. And a lot of people don't think so, and he actually does. He's not perfect at everything. He is a really cool character. I don't know. I really like him. I especially the journey that he goes on and his whole thing about trying to protect people and like wanting to protect his family more than everything else. I can definitely relate with that, so I can put myself in his shoes. But I witnessed the weirdest thing in Showdown. Okay, hey, let me know. I gotta go real quick, but you type it in the chat, and I will be right back. Cause I actually have to go grab some food because it just got here. I love Ichigo, but I'm not making him maining him because he's going to be meta regardless. Probably. I actually haven't seen much stuff on the game Primera, but also welcome to the stream, Primera. Hopefully you have some fun, and hopefully you're having a good day. I did double OP again. Yeah, I had to bounce real quick and grab me my food. It literally, I was like, okay, I was gonna wait to maybe do the stream, but they literally got here, so I had to go grab that. But don't worry, chat, I'll be right back. But Ichigo, S tier. Starting out S tier. But I'm also super excited for Reaper the Souls. Alright, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, chat. Okay, we're all good. Okay, what I missed? This is Garnet to get her back. I'm never going down to the likes of you because I'm so much better. What? What did I come back to? Oh, greetings. I'm good, thanks. Hey, no problem. Okay, sorry about that, chat. I wish I would have timed that a little bit better, but we're all good. Okay, back to the list. Orihime. Now this one, Oh god, this one is going to upset so many people. It's going to upset so many people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what has to happen. But I'm going to put Orihime in D. Now let me explain this. I don't want to hate Orihime. I actually really don't. I actually really do want to like Orihime. The problem is that she doesn't get much to do. And that is the worst thing because she is one of the main characters. And I can already see for Brian. I'm unsubscribing. Oh my god. Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be upset. The reason is that, simply put, it really sucks that she doesn't get much to do. Because her whole character revolves around her just healing people. Because, and I mean this quite honestly, like, think about it. If she didn't have her healing abilities, what would she be doing in the entire series? And once you really think of it from that perspective, it's kind of hard to rank her higher when she really doesn't get much to do. She does have some moments that I do like them, which definitely saves her from an F. And maybe if someone, you know, convinces me enough, I can move her to C, because I do feel bad putting her in D. But she just doesn't get much to do. I love her moment with Okiura. I do like her in the Fullbring arc. I feel like that's probably her best arc in my opinion. Her backstory it's okay. It was more of a backstory for her brother than her, but she definitely had a decent backstory in my opinion, but definitely not up there as one of the best out of all the other characters in the series. So, alright, let's see. Nick was trying to tell me something. I did double OU and I had Romizaka, Malamar, Palma, Dekcho, Regilecki, and Sinisha against Crocodile, Miasquada, and I forgot the other, and it was Malamar and Sinisha against the two Mons. Wait, no, my Whimsicott was dead before Sinisha. Got it. And this dude had Crocodile at red HP from Superpower. Dude, that is actually kind of crazy. She's best girl, Yuhan. She's not best girl. I'm sorry. In my opinion, she's not even top 5. Maybe not even top 10. She's definitely not best girl. I know that's gonna upset a lot of people because I know there's a lot of fans of Orihime, but she just simply doesn't have much to do. I wish she did if she got more things to do. I would bring up something. I want to wait till after part 4 comes out for 1,000 Year Blood War, because once that comes out, I then want to talk about it. And then talk about what I really wanted her to do, or something that I think would be really, really cool for her to do. But again, we just gotta wait. Bro got the Reddit accent. I do? I don't hang out on Reddit that much. But hey, it's good to see you, Mr. Turtle. Are you Master Oogway? What does that mean? I have no idea. I don't hang out on Reddit. Okay, Uryu, my boy. I think right now I'm gonna put him B tier. He might be A tier, but I'm gonna put him B tier right now. Some of these could also change just depending on how the list turns out. But I really do like Uryu, especially in 1,000 Blood War. They give him a lot to do. I do love his backstory with his grandfather and how that tied to the Stern Raiders and Quincy and Yuha and all that. I also do like everything that has to do with him against Mayuri. It's one of my favorite fights in the Soul Society arc, just because of everything that, you know, was set up for that fight and what we end up learning. It was all really, really great. I do kind of wish he got a little bit more to do, which obviously we're getting now, but I kind of wish it was a little bit more in the Awankar saga as well, being the only Quincy there. And I definitely wanted just a little bit more with him in terms of like some highlight and iconic moments. But overall, I'm actually a huge fan of Uryu. Uryu's awesome. Uryu's cool. Chad. I mean, it has to be C tier. It has to be C tier. I'm also thinking about moving Orihime up because I feel like Chad and Orihime are kind of the same the more that I'm thinking about it. Chad C just simply because he does not do much. In some cases, you can argue he does even less than Orihime does. Because like, he's kind of used as, I forgot what someone had said. I remember reading it. And it was actually a really good point. Chad is basically used to make the other villains that they end up fighting look stronger. And when you realize that, it really does suck, because I kind of wanted him to be really, really cool and like really, really strong, and like one of the stronger characters in the verse, and actually like a little bit more helpful, but he's really not. So like his main thing is fighting, and then he loses all the time, and then we don't get to spend time on his character, so then there's really not much growth for him. So in some cases, I kind of want to move him down to D. But I do really like him. I really do. There's something about Chad, I feel like everyone kind of has this, where like, you just like him. Oh, don't worry, I read it. I was trying to skim through it, trying to make sure we get right back into the train. But don't worry, I read that about the Meowscarada. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, Kisuke, one of my favorite characters, arguably my favorite. It's very close between him and another character that is up for number one. I love Kisuke though. Kisuke was easily one of my favorite characters, especially early on. First time watching through it, he was my favorite. When I went through it again, I actually ended up liking Kenpachi a lot more. Isn't it weird? It is weird. It is weird, Nick. I can't agree there. It is super weird. It is super weird. I don't know. Maybe they were trying like some crazy strat. Is want to know what's better than Focus Sash Scizor? I never really used Focus Sash on Scizor, so you let me know. But Kisuke is really, really cool. I actually really want to see what they're gonna do with his fight against Askin in part 4. I really can't wait to see that. It's gonna be something I react to. Love his Bankai, love his character, love his backstory. Literally everything about Kisuke is just cool. Like, this is one of the characters that I knew I was gonna fall in love with the second I saw him. And hopefully we can get a little bit more in 1000 Year Blood War. But I mean, there's not much else to say. Kisuke is the go. Ichibe, the bold man that you cannot say his name for, otherwise you will lose your voice. I'm gonna put him B. It's kind of hard with the Squad Zero members because we don't get much with them, because they're obviously only in one arc so far. Ichibe is cool. I do like him. He is like a really, really cool character. Obviously a really strong character. Definitely not my favorite Squad Zero member. I think at first he pretty much was, because like he was the only one we got to know anything about. But he's not really my favorite anymore. He is still a solid character. I do like him. I do think there is a little bit of depth and mystery behind his character. But otherwise, solid character, but not my favorite. Honestly, my favorite is probably Nimaya. I'm gonna have to be honest. Nimaya is just, I mean, he's the #1 Zanpakuto creator. I don't think I need to explain. If anyone saw him fighting the Stun Raiders in the Royal Guard, you guys kind of know. The guy's just cool. He's just cool. He's also really, really funny. There's really not anything else I need to say. He's just a solid character. I do hope we get to see like maybe his Bankai, because I'm actually super interested in that. But solid character. Korenji, also B tier, or actually probably C tier. I don't think he's as good. Same thing with Kara Hikifune. I kind of wanted more from these two. Obviously, they're all like badass in their own way. We did get to see that a little bit. And Korenji being like the master of Unohana and being really good at healing, obviously, you know, makes him stand out a little bit. But overall, wasn't anything too impressive with this character. So hopefully again we get to see more of them maybe in future installments and whatnot. And in Senjumaru, we got a lot for in 1000 Blood War. I think she's above Ichibe and B tier. Really, really cool Bankai. Really, really cool character. I wish we got to also see a little bit more of her. But otherwise, she is solid, right? I did like her abilities. Her fight with Uryu was awesome. I think they're all pretty solid. There's really not much to talk about when it comes to all these characters, because again, we haven't spent too much time with them. I feel like we still know the most about Ichibe, but Ichibe just isn't my personal favorite anymore. But again, they're all solid characters. I really don't hate any of them. So that's where I would put them. Shinji, probably gonna be top of B tier if I'm gonna have to guess. Shinji is also a really, really cool character. Obviously, Turn Back the Pendulum, one of my favorite arcs in all of Bleach. Really, really solid character. Also love his Shikai. His Shikai is so cool. One of the cooler Shikais. I feel like it kind of is underrated in some respects. Because like, obviously when you think of Shikai, you think of like, you might think of Byakuya, or you think of Renji's, or Aizen. But Shinji's is also really, really cool. I really do like the aesthetic of it. Everything's backwards for him, and you see that a lot with his character. I think it's really, really cool. Also, I do like his back and forth with Aizen. I actually saw a video of Clyde. He was kind of going in depth about like how both similar and different Shinji and Aizen are in a lot of respects. And I never noticed that. It was actually something that really made me like his character a little bit more. It gave him a little bit more something to like talk about that I liked. Also, kind of wish he got a little bit more to do, but hey, we might get that. Seeing as the last episode we got with Destiny Blood War Part 3 might be really, really cool. Byakuya, I mean, I don't think I need to explain this one, right, chat? I don't think so. I think this one kind of speaks for itself. Byakuya is one of the coolest characters in all of Bleach. Now, I will say this. I still think he should have died in Thousand Blood War. That might be unpopular for some people. I still think he should have died. The fact that he did it was a little dumb, but he's a really cool character. One of the coolest Shikais and Bankais, has some of the best fights, and has a really good backstory and really good arc along with like his relationship with Rukia. All of it's great. All of it's great. If I did a genius idea, you let me know what that genius idea is. I want to learn. I want to learn from all the geniuses in chat. Komamura. Where do I put you? I feel like I gotta put you in C. I don't hate Komamura. I really don't. But he's never been like cool or interesting to me. His backstory was kind of cool, but that was about it. Like his Zanpato, like his fights, all of that really weren't it. Except for when he got thrashed on by Kenpachi, that was funny. His newly like achieved Bankai that he gets in Thousand Blood War is cool, but because of the time limit that he has, you don't really get to see much of it. He also doesn't do that much. He fights Bambietta in Thousand Blood War, and that's it. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to hate on this guy. I really don't. He's still a solid character, but he's just kind of whatever to me. Like, I don't ever really think about him when I'm talking about Bleach. He's one of the few characters I kind of forget about. But he's also not, like, a terrible character where, like, I put him down here at, like, D or F. I added Hypnosis to Malamar and Trick Room on Whimsicott. I can see you using some crazy shots with that, okay? I do want to like try some new Pokemon on Showdown. So at some point I do want to do another Showdown stream because I want to try out some new stuff. Shunsui, the funniest and the chillest guy in all of the Soul Society. I love Shunsui. I think everyone loves Shunsui. He's a cool character. Really, really cool character. Love his backstory. His friendship with Ukitake, I wish we got more of that. I want to get more of that. That's something I really want them to spend more time on because it's so cool. Who? Shunsui. His name is Shunsui. He's just a really, really cool guy. One, the guy, he's a very chill guy. He's also very lazy, but like, he's also really, really strong as well. I feel like Shunsui, I also don't need to explain. I feel like a lot of people like Shunsui, exactly like Byakuya. He's just a cool guy. Really, really cool guy. Brian's back. That's good to hear. It sounds like Shu Sui. Very close. Shun and then Sui. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably how you know, it's pretty close to how you pronounce it. Kensei. Okay. Kensei, you are one of the coolest visors, but that's really not saying much. I gotta put you in C tier. my guy. I don't hate Kensei, but Kensei really doesn't get much to do. Kensei has a really great, I do like a lot of the visors in the turn back to pendulum because you mainly focus on them. But after that fake art Kurtown, he has a couple of fights. They're alright. They're kind of whatever. Then you got everything to do with doesn't your blood warrior, but he doesn't really do much. He got turned into a zombie. That's really like the only notable thing that he does there. Again, hopefully that might change, but we didn't really get to see much. And then anytime before that, it was really just kind of whatever. So out of the turn back the pendulum, you don't get much. Him and Mashiro, I'm pretty sure is her name, if I'm not mistaken, have a very interesting relationship. It's very interesting. I'm not going to talk about that because, I mean, you guys could probably put two and two together. Why I'm saying that, but again, solid character, nothing too great. Toshiro. Now this might upset some people. I like Toshiro more than Byakuya and Shinsui. This might be the thing that I get hated for the most. You think putting Orihime at D is bad? I think this might be the thing that sends people over the edge. I like Toshiro. Also because this guy's literally my older brother. Like, I mean, you guys can see the resemblance, right? I mean, you guys can see it, right? Okay, so here's the thing about Toshiro. I do love his character. As a character, he's really cool. And I do like that he's kind of flawed. A lot of people tend to talk about the fact that he loses a lot. But again, this guy loses a lot too, right? He loses a lot. You got Renji that loses a lot. And I don't see a lot of people hating on those two. So in fairness, I don't really think it's much of a problem. Then, you also got like his backstory, right? The potential that he has, the growth that he goes through every single arc, right? I do like his character because him being the youngest captain and having to go with, and had to go through this whole process of trying to grow, because we know he can be really strong, but he's not there just yet. I think it's cool. So yeah, he's losing a lot, but also Ichigo loses a lot, right? And he also has a huge potential. Like I kind of look at Toshiro and Ichigo kind of similar. I feel like maybe some people don't, but I think when you look at it kind of like that, you can kind of see what I'm trying to say. It was a Hishuin Gudra Uniclus 9. Go ahead to my signature against the okay, with Malamar. You won! Hey, that's good to hear, Nick. It's good to hear, Nick. I'm glad you won. Kenpachi, my favorite character in all of Bleach. I'm sorry, this guy's just cool. He has so many cool lines, so many cool moments of him just literally destroying everyone. And then on top of that, Kenpachi is also just a really good character in my opinion. Like, there is actually a little bit more to his character. I think some people do look at him as like the brooding guy that just fights a lot. I don't actually look at him exactly like that. Like, he has moments where he's an idiot and he just wants to fight. But you get to see more of who he is when he spends time with Unohana, when he spends time with Yachiru. Like, there's a whole war going on, and he literally was about to leave to go find Yachiru. Like, Yachiru is a spirit. That is true. That is true. And we're gonna see that in part 4. But what I mean is, like, right before they were going to the Soul Palace, he was willing to leave to go and try to find Yachiru. Like, that to me makes it, like, it tells you a lot more about his character, but like, he's willing to like not even go and fight if someone that he really cares about is actually like in danger. Yeah, he has a lot of depth. Yeah. So I think he's really cool. Again, I also hope we get to see more of his Bankai Primera, because in the manga you only see it for like 1 or 2 chapters and that's it. So I'm hoping that it's a little bit more here and we get to spend more time with him. Obviously we didn't get to see much of him in part 3. Like, he literally doesn't really do anything except for getting destroyed by Pernada. But I hope we get to see more of him because he is one of my favorite characters. So these 2 characters I want to see more. Actually, all 3 of these characters I want to see more of now that I'm thinking about it. All the characters in S tier I want to see more of in part 4. So hopefully that happens. Cross your fingers. Isshin, the father of Ichigo. I think I'm gonna put him B. I think that's a good spot to put him. Good character. Obviously, his backstory with Masaki and everything, that was really cool. Him being the captain of Wangiku and Toshiro was really, really cool. I think Isshin is actually really, really cool. I think he's a solid character. We don't get too much with him, so I feel weird of putting him in A, even though I kind of want to. But I think he's a solid character. I do like him. I think he's a really, really cool character. Him being just a really good father to Ichigo, Yuzu and Kari is really, really cool. Him being really, really strong and having some really, really cool moments against Aizen was really great. Also, I hope he gets another fight. I hope we get to have... Okay, chat, hold up. Stop the music. Hold up. This is serious. Chat. We need Isshin and Ryukin to fight someone. I don't care who it is. They need to fight someone. If they don't fight someone, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Okay? I lost so bad. Don't worry about it. You can bounce back. You gotta win. You gotta lose. You can bounce back. But like Isshin and Ryukin, they need to fight someone. I want to see those two work together against someone. That will be so cool to see. I don't know who. Granted, I honestly don't know if that's even gonna happen. Maybe they can go help out with Gerard, but they need to do something. Because they didn't get anything in Thousand Blood Warrior, and I think that was so dumb. They literally come to the Soul Palace just to sit there and do nothing. I don't like it. Me personally, not a fan of that. They need to fight. They need to fight. They need to do something. Maybe they can help out with U-Haul. But Isshin the GOAT, to me, best dad, in my opinion. He should have beat Aizen more, though. Honestly, I'm okay with them losing because like Aizen was beating everyone, so I feel like that's kind of fair. Maybe if they would have put up more of a fight, that's probably what you're trying to say. Then sure, I can definitely agree there. But I think honestly it was kind of fun. I just wish we got more fights with him, just in general, because like we don't have many fights with him, and he's supposed to be like really, really strong. So I kind of want to see that. Also, I don't know, have we seen his Bankai yet? I don't think we have. I think we've seen his Shikai, but I don't think we've seen his Bankai. So that would also be cool. Aizen took his wife. He did take his wife, technically, I guess. Yeah. He did take his wife. Aizen's kind of a dick for that, but then again, Aizen's just the dick that everyone loves. Hey yo, okay. Moving on. We got this guy. We got Mayuri. Oh, I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. I'm not a fan. But he has to go in C tier. This is the character that I don't like. I don't like because I actually start to like him a little bit more after Thousand Blood Warrior. But I'm really not a fan of this guy. I'm gonna tell you right now. People love Mayuri, and I feel like they don't remember back in the Soul Society arc where this guy literally wanted to conduct experiments on this one. Like, does no one see that as being weird, or is it just me? Because I think that's fucking weird, personally. But I guess not. Also, he experimented on Uryu's grandfather, and almost like he used Nemu as a little pawn. Does no one care about these things? I guess not. Okay. It's just me, I guess. I just hate the guy because he was a terrible person. He's super strange because it's like, in Thousand Blood Warrior, you kind of like him. Like, he's helping out a lot. He saves a lot of people's lives in that arc. And then, like, the moment with him and Nemu and, like, their backstory, it makes you like him. But then you go back to Soul Society arc, and it's like, I fucking hate the guy. So I don't know. I think C is fine. It's like kind of middle of the pack. I don't know what to do with him. I kind of like him, but I kind of don't. His abilities are weird, but are also kind of cool. I do like his back and forth with Kisuke, but he is just kind of that annoying little brother that just doesn't leave you alone. I don't know. I truly don't know. He goes to C. Top of C. Okay, this one is also going to be a character that people probably get mad at me for, and I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. but he's also going in C tier. Ukitake just doesn't do anything. Hey, what's up, Josh here? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a good day. Ukitake doesn't do much. The thing that he does the most in the series is when he fucking dies. I'm gonna need to let you guys let that sink in for a little bit. The biggest thing that he contributes to the story of Bleach, outside of maybe, I guess, the Soul Reaper badge that he gives Ichigo, is him dying. And that sucks, because he's supposed to be like a really, really strong character and all that, so I kind of wanted to see him do fights, but we don't get to really see that, because again, he's really, really sick. And so he loses a lot and gets destroyed by so many different characters that honestly, you think he would have to do a little bit better against. Why is Orihime Deem? Okay, so I already explained this, but I'll go over it because I know maybe some people haven't joined in the stream just now. Orihime is in Deem because I want more from her. As a character, she doesn't get to do a lot because she's just kind of there. Like, besides her healing abilities, there's really not much she gets to do. I wish she had a little bit more to do, right? Not necessarily in terms of fighting, but just more to do in the series of Bleach. Because it always just feels like she's just a healer of the group and that's about it. And that sucks when I want her to do more. Like, I'll say this. When Ichigo fights Yuhon and his Bankai breaks, I wish that Orihime was the one to fix it, not Tsukishima. That's something that I want. Like, something like that. She doesn't have to always, be a fighter, but like in that moment, that would have been a perfect moment for her, right? Because if you think back, she fights Okiura, right? Or Ichigo fights Okiura, wasn't able to heal her. Then the whole thing with the Soul King, wasn't able to heal him. There's been plenty of moments where she can't heal someone. And especially since she wants to help out Ichigo, I think it makes more sense. Have her do something that really helps him, kind of give him that extra push, right? So if she healed the Bankai and then told him, hey, go out there, you can do this, like kind of giving him that motivation again after losing to Yuhon, that would have been a great moment for her and for him. But we don't get that, and that's the stuff that really upsets me. They should have dug deeper with her healing abilities, maybe make her as broken as we do of healer. Honestly, true. Ace, I have a question for you. Have you watched Demon Slayer? I've only seen a little bit of it, so I really can't comment on it. I do know some things about it, but otherwise I don't know too much. I actually haven't sat down and like binged it or anything. Orihime in the anime is a disappointment. She is, and that's why, like, I don't want her to be in D. If all honesty, I want her to be up here. I want her to be like an A tier character, right? She is one of the main characters. But what you end up seeing in Bleach is that a lot of the main characters don't get a lot to do as much as you think they would, right? Rukia is like the second main character, and she only has like a handful of fights. Everyone needs to stop abusing me. What? What, Ryan? No one was talking to you. What? Oh my god, that's absolutely insane. But like, Rukia only has a handful of fights. Chad doesn't really get much to do outside of fighting, and he doesn't really win much of those. Like, it sucks that the main characters don't get as much to do as other characters in the series. At least that's what it feels like to me, but we'll talk about that a little bit more. Yamamoto. Where do I put this guy? Because I don't think he's a D tier character or anything like that, but I don't think he's A tier. Rukia is a lovable character. Oh, don't worry. When we get there, trust me. You'll see how much I love Rukia. Jesus Christ. Best girl, by the way. I'm gonna put Yamamoto. I'm gonna put him in C. Probably under Kamamura, to be honest. He's above Kamamura. I feel like I'm a little too harsh on him. He doesn't get much to do. Like, I think he only has like 2 or 3 fights, if I can think. And out of all of those, the only one he won was against Wonderwise, and the guy was not even a year old. So in terms of fighting, obviously he's really, really strong, and everyone has to nerf him so they can actually beat him and Ichigo can win. But it does kind of suck that he continues to lose and we don't get to see like how strong he is. That's one gripe I have. But also the other thing is we don't really get to spend a lot of time with him. We do get his backstory, like with him and Shinsui and everything like that. That's kind of cool. I do like that. But again, besides that, I feel like there's really not much to him. I feel like everything I would like about him, it's a little shallow to me personally. Why is Ichigo above Jushiro? Jushiro actually had a backstory. Sure, Ichigo had more impactful moments, but remember, the Soul King's hand from Jushiro at least mid-B. You see, I would agree with you there. The problem I have with Ukitake is that he also doesn't get to do much in the series because of his illness. He's a great character, and so I guess in that respects, I could see him going higher and maybe going up here as well. But at the same time, I also wish he got to do a little bit more. Like, he doesn't have many fights in the series. He doesn't get to showcase himself or get brought up in the series that much because he's always sick. And so like when I think back to like everything that Ukitake did, he does have some moments, and I do like his backstory with the Soul King and everything like that. I did like that. That was one of my favorite episodes out of all of part 3. Again, they just don't do much with him. I'm hoping that in the next arc with like the future Hell arc and everything, I'm hoping that makes me fall in love with him. That's what I'm hoping for. If he comes back, which he should, because we saw his Danpata. But if not, then it just sucks because I feel like I don't have many moments of him that I personally like. But respect for Ukitake, I can maybe see him moving up. We'll probably go back through at the very end, but for right now, I'll keep him there. I don't know. Maybe you guys can convince me. Soifun's D. She's D. I'm sorry. She's a terrible person. Like, love her backstory. I love her backstory. I will say that. Her backstory with Yoruichi was great. Her fight with Yoruichi, great. Problem is that she is literally a bitch to everyone that is not Yoruichi. This person is the biggest simp out of every character, and Cone is a fucking character. I want you guys to realize that, okay? Cone simps, but he simps for every female that he sees. Soifun only simps for Yoruichi, and I don't think she understands that she already lost that to Kisuke. And I'm just gonna state the obvious there. I'm sorry. She's really not that great of a character, and especially after Soul Society arc. After Soul Society arc, there's really not much else she gets to do. Like, she has to fight against BG9, but that was one of my least favorite fights in Thousand Year Blood War personally. Her fight against Bargain was kind of cool, but that was more of Hachi kind of showing off. She has a couple of moments in that fight, but I mean, she probably would have died literally if it wasn't for her lieutenant, who she continues to scold and beat on. Granted, I don't like Omeda too, but like the guy saved your life, and she's still like a terrible person. Soifun versus Momo, who worse? Oh, it's Momo. Momo 100%. Momo. Anthony, where is she right now? Where is she? Just because we're bringing her up, Momo, I can't put you in F tier. There's not these people that need to go in F tier. You can't go in F tier. You're definitely D tier. The reason why Momo's worse is because she should have died in Soul Society. It's that simple. If she would have died in the Soul Society arc, she would have been a great character. She'd be like up here, like in B tier. But because she's stuck around, she doesn't get anything else to do, and she's literally used as a punching bag for Aizen. I'm sorry, she has to go in D. They don't do anything with her character. She doesn't get to do anything. She doesn't do much in fights. She's literally just there. You know what they could have done though? I would have liked it if she was one of the lieutenants that went to the Soul Society in the Awankar arc, like with Toshiro, Wangiku, Renji, all of them. I wish she was there, and she could have we could have focused on like maybe her PTSD because like she literally almost died. So like she should be like mentally out of it. Like she doesn't know what to think, right? I wish we could have focused on that and like try to watch her try to come back. I don't understand this. Don't worry, Nick. I know if you guys haven't seen Bleach, you guys won't understand anything we're talking about. But don't worry. This is just an anime that we all love. Don't worry about it. Hunter x Hunter tier list in the future? Yes. That will definitely be something I do in the future. I feel like doing one-off streams of like the characters and a bunch of different anime. I think that could be cool. I think we'll do that. Get Etsu out of A. He is a cool character, but bro died way too quickly due to suicidal reasons. For Senjumaru Bankai still got folded. Etsu C tier. I mean, he doesn't have much to do. Okay, you know what? In fairness, I didn't put any of the other squad 0 members in there, so that's fair. That's fair. Because he is only in that one arc. So you have a point there. But I still think he's really, really cool. His moment where he's destroying all of the royal guard with Yuham and he just destroys them. Plus, like, he's just so funny. He's the #1 Zanpakuto creator. We can't put him in C tier. This is the only part I disagree with. B tier, maybe like low B tier. I think that's fair. But putting him in C tier, I feel like that's a little rude. #1 Zanpakuto creator can't be in C tier. Like, look, B for Bankai, and this guy makes Zanpakutos, which go Bankai. That's all I'm trying to say, chat. That's all I'm trying to say. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! It's literally the waifu. It's the waifu. Everyone, bow your heads. Bow your heads. Okay, no. Realistically, she's definitely A tier. I do love Yoruichi though. Yoruichi is great. If you're talking about just like looks, best girl by far. I don't think we need to explain. I knew you would put her there. No. She's definitely A tier. F tier and waifu. But she is a really cool character. Her backstory with Kisuke, really, really cool. Also do love like her training Ichigo and training the rest of the main characters. Her fights are some of the cooler ones in my opinion. I do love a lot of her fights, and again, she is also like, kind of comedic, like when she's bantering with Kisuke, like when they were fighting Aizen. I do like those moments. I do kind of wish we got a little bit more to do with her character and to learn about the Shihoin clan, but I think honestly she's a solid character. I feel like, again, same thing with Bianchi and Shinsui. Everyone kind of knows why people like her. I don't think I need to explain too much longer. Unohana. I think Unohana is C tier. I'm gonna put her above Mayuri just because she is personally one character I like more, but she's definitely still in C tier. I wish we got a little bit more with her. Again, we probably will in like the Hell arc and everything like that. But Unohana is a really, really cool character. Like, obviously her backstory with her backstory with Kenpachi. I completely blanked on his name. Her being the first Kenpachi, her being a ruthless killer and just enjoying battles and whatnot. But then also being like the really, really nice character that we know now. I always love those moments, by the way, where like she really is hilarious in the anime for me though, because anytime a character like tries to step up to her and like tries to like kind of like challenge her, and she just gives them that look, it's like you do know who you're talking to, right? Like, I am the first Kenpachi. I will whoop your ass, and I always like that a lot.
Why would they sell?
We got a fucking ad. I don't want that ad. We want the music. Jesus. There we go. Back to the music. But she is really, really cool. I do want to get more from her. The Women Association Club was also hilarious. Yes, I do agree. Why is everyone below Tundra? Sure, she complained a lot, but she actually had more time to make her a solid character, at least next to Captain Yamamoto. Me personally, I disagree. Tanjiro just doesn't annoy me personally, and also isn't someone that is a terrible person to literally everyone that's not Yoruichi. Again, Sifon is literally a bitch to every other character in the series, and she always like looks down upon them. Like, she's a terrible person when she's not next to Yoruichi. However, with that said, I do like her backstory, and I do like, you know, some of the fights that she's in. I just wish we got a little bit more with her character, a little bit more character growth. Tanjiro, at least for right now, is solid. Like, I don't have really any complaints about him, outside of the fact that I just want to see more from him. So for that reason, I'm putting him in C. That sort of thing. Like, Soifun has things that brings her down. Tanjiro doesn't have that. Sure, he's not there that much, but doesn't annoy me. Rose, okay, Rose, we could just, I mean, masculine fight, I think we can understand there. Okay, we don't need to focus on him. Gin, my lovable guy. I think Gin is definitely A tier. I'm trying to figure out where in A tier. I actually like him more than Byakuya. Low-key. That's gonna upset some people, but I do. I like Gin more than Byakuya. You guys can hate me, but Gin is such a cool character. A really cool character. Love his backstory with Rangiku. I feel like I love a lot of these characters' backstories. But the thing that really gets me is like the depth. Jay will probably hate you if he isn't moved up more. I mean, that's fair, but I don't care. Jay can hate me all he wants. Gin got me the first half, not gonna lie. True. Like, Gin and his whole character, I feel like he just has so much depth. He has so much depth to his character, right? You never really know what he's thinking. I do agree. It does make me kind of dislike him a little bit for leaving Rangiku the way that he did, but at the same time, I can also understand why he did it, right? Like, he was doing a lot of this stuff to protect the people that he did love and care about, like Rangiku and the rest of the Soul Society, trying to stop Aizen. I feel like the way he went about it probably didn't really make sense, because like he did it after he saw Aizen literally destroy everyone in the Gote 13, but I mean, he tried. You gotta respect his resolve. That is true. He's just a cool character. Bonkai is also really cool. Like, at first glance, it's not that crazy, but with the poison, I do like it. Again, solid character. Aizen. I hate that we had to put him in S tier, but I mean, he did write this, you know. He wrote the whole story. He wrote the whole story of Bleach. Just as planned. I mean, I could tell you, but like, it's in Aizen's plan. So if you guys know Aizen's plan, you guys already know why he's there. Favorite villain in Bleach. I would say Aizen is still my favorite villain in Bleach. There's a lot of ways you can look at his character, which I like. I do want to see more from him in terms of like his Bankai and in his backstory, but then at the same time, I also don't mind not seeing his backstory because it just adds the mystery to his character. His back and forth with Kisuke and everything, like the reason why he did everything, like him feeling lonely, all that stuff, it just adds on to his character. Plus, this guy has some of the best moments, and oh my god, he has some of the best moments. I looked at your don't know list, and how do you not know Saizi, the guy in the pink hair? One of the one cards put him in B, talkative character, but even gave Mayuri a reality check. Oh no. Okay, so you're talking about Sao. Got it. Okay, I know who Sao is. The reason I put him there, I actually should have maybe rephrased it. We got Sao down here. We got Sao down here. So with that said, I didn't want to just do two different versions of Sao. I'm just gonna put Sao all in one. So So for that reason, don't worry. We got Sao. We got all the Espada. Don't worry. We'll get there. I know that was a little confusing. Don't worry. Rukia. Jesus Christ. Best girl. I really do like Rukia. Her and Ichigo are definitely two of the main reasons why I fell in love with the series early on. Right, watching them grow their bond together, grow their friendship, and then like seeing the journey that those two go on is one big reason why I did watch the series. I also do love Rukia's growth, starting out as this person who was kind of just gifted a little bit in terms of being allowed to become a Soul Reaper because of Byakuya, being brought to the Kuchiki clan, everything like that. But then not really knowing a lot in terms of Soul Reaper. She had to learn from Kaien and Ukitake, and then watching her grow from that to then becoming a captain at the end of the series, and a really strong one at that, getting her own Bankai, winning a bunch of different fights, like defeating Espada, the only lieutenant to do that, by the way, and then also to defeat a Stern Raider. There's just a lot that I do like. Her growth as a character is one of my favorite parts. I'm reading you like a book right now. Renji going in F or low D, knowing you. Wait, where is Renji? Where is he? I'm not a fan of Renji. We'll talk about that in a second. Because CMG, for anyone who doesn't know, is a close friend of mine, and we talk about Bleach a lot. As like a little friend group that we have. He does know me like a book when it comes to these characters. He knows a lot of the characters and where I'm gonna rate them. So just to get that out of the way, since he called it, yeah, I was gonna put Renji in D. I'm not a fan. Rukia, again, her growth as a character is really, really great, and everything, like the moments that she has, either with Renji, with Byakuya, with Ichigo. All of them have been great. I really can't think of anything I don't like besides the fact that we just don't get more of her, seeing as she is one of the main characters. Renji gets the Vegeta treatment, can't get one win. I mean, he did get one. He did get one. I think we should all know what I'm talking about if we're thinking about the end of the series. I mean, he best girl? Yamcha fits him more? Honestly, yes. Dude, that is true. Renji is kind of the Yamcha of Bleach. I'm not even gonna lie. That is kind of how it is. The guy gets every L imaginable, and to me, wasn't that interesting of a character. His backstory with Rukia was like the only redeeming quality. So maybe, in fairness, I won't put him D. I'll put him in C, because he actually does have some moments in Thursday Blood War that I like. But him as a character, I've never really like cared for. He just really wasn't there. So I'll move him bottom of C, but like he's probably going to be borderline D, because I really do not care for Renji. If anything, CMG, Jay's probably gonna hate me for this, because he probably expected me to put him in F. But to be a little bit fair to his character, he's not the worst thing imaginable, but he's definitely not a character I like. I am very much thinking about putting him back in D, but I think C is fine. Sasuke, or at least the Squad 1 Lieutenant, he's fine. I think he's just right there. Honestly, probably put him. Actually, no, I can't even do that. Probably put him right there. We just don't get much with him. Simple as that. I wish we got a little bit more with him, but besides his backstory and then like being a part of the fight against Yuhan, there's really not much. Kengo is the Yamcha of Bleach. I mean, that's fair. That is kind of fair. The only reason why I kind of disagree with that is just because he isn't in the story that much. But I mean, you're not wrong. He is kind of the Yamcha. Omeda, I mean, you can just go with your captain. I mean, I think that's very fitting. Omeda, I do like that we got to see a little bit more of who he is. Like, I think it was his sister got stuck in the Soul Society, and he was trying to protect her. That made me actually like his character a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It made me like his character a little bit. But that's about the only thing I can think about. So with that said, you can sit with Story Phone. Ace, what's up, Brian? Akon's an underrated character. I love this guy. But I also feel like the reasons I love him are very, very biased. So with that said, you can go right next to Chad. Actually, I can't do that. I put you above Yamamoto. You gotta go right there. Right underneath Yamamoto. Right there. Solid place. He's a really cool character. He also was made the lieutenant over the time skip in the Hell arc, which is really, really cool. Again, hopefully we get to see more, because from what we seen, or what we saw, he has a lot of cool moments. I spent like 4 hours on a drawing, and my arm's sore, and I'm about to die. Hey, take a break. Take a break, just hang up with the chat. You ain't gotta strain yourself. Ikkaku. Cool character, kind of gets the short end of the stick. No pun intended if you kind of think about it, because his Shikai's a stick. But like, he is also a solid character. I love his friendship with Yumachika, and like the admiration that they have for Head Captain. Especially in the Soul Society art, you get to see a lot of this guy. He was one of the few people brought to the world of the living with everyone else, which was really, really cool. But it just sucks that after his Bankai got broken, he doesn't really get much else to do. I kind of hope that he gets something more in the future, but put Krillin up more. I mean, he is kind of the Krillin of the series now. He was like important early on, and then afterwards, he's just there. I'm sorry, but Ikkaku can't go up. He has CNC. Izuru, you're bottom of C. You're bottom of C. We're gonna have a lot of C, and I think maybe a lot more in D. Probably more C and B tiers. But Izuru, you kind of get the same treatment that Momo does, except that you actually do shit after the Soul Society arc. You do have a few moments. Problem is, it's not the greatest moments. Again, kind of the same thing with Momo, but he's just more likable, he has more fights, everything like that. Kind of wish we got more from him, got a little bit more to his story. We do get to spend or see a little bit of him and Rose together, but besides that, not much. Yumachika, you can just go. You go right there. You and Ikkaku are kind of the same. I feel like wherever I put Ikkaku, Yumachika has to be there. I mean, those two are literally in a bromance. Now, where do I put this character? Now is probably going to be one of the hardest people to rank, because I really don't know where to put her. She's not a bad character, but she's not a good character. She doesn't get much to do, but then in the recent terms, she has, the fight against Lily Barrow. But in that same fight, she pretty much has a Deus Ex Machina as to how she wins. High C? I feel like that might be a little bit much. I think for me, I think that's fine. She's definitely C tier. I don't hate Nanao. She is fine. Her backstory is kind of cool, I guess. Not really. I honestly kind of don't care. I'm lying through my teeth. I kind of don't really care much about her backstory, which is sad. I guess I do like that she had a little bit of a relationship with Shinsui, because Shinsui was always like looking after her. But again, that just makes me like Shinsui more than Nanao. Again, yeah, she's okay. The fight against Lily Barrow wasn't my favorite with her, because her Zanpakuto was literally a perfect counter to Lily Barrow, which I think was so dumb personally. It kind of ruined the ending portion of that fight. When it's Shinsui versus Lily Barrow, that was great. Shinsui versus Lily Barrow is great. Nanao versus Lily Barrow, not a fan of. Really don't care for. Kaien. We get a little bit of this guy. He's a fine character, but I think he has to kind of just go in C. I don't hate him. I can't put him in D because there's nothing that I dislike about him. But Kaien is there just because, like, he's a solid character. He's not bad, but it was only there to kind of set up Rika's backstory and everything. He's kind of a cool dude. He's solid C tier. Yeah, I think that's fine. Rangiku, I think has to be B tier. I think Rangiku's B tier. Great backstory with Gin. I love, one of my favorite moments with Rangiku is when she's spending time with Izuru, and like Izuru is like sad about everything with Gin and him betraying and everything, and Rangiku basically goes over there, and even when she's like upset about everything, right, because of her backstory with Gin, she's doing her best to make him feel better. Or like when she went to go help out Momo and she gave her the letter. High B, perfect comedy character. Yep, I completely agree. She's great. Also, I love the moment where she was trying to persuade Ichigo to stay in his room. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but it's the moment where she was like willing to like flash her tits to him, but like Ichigo just wasn't about it. She did the same for Orihime. Yeah, she also did that as well. Yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, Rangiku is actually like a cool character. Also, her back and forth with Toshiro was great. Love that. Nemu, I mean, is anyone gonna be mad that I put Nemu in A? Can we all agree that Nemu is the reason why we like Mayuri? Can we all agree there? Like, if Nemu wasn't a character, I don't think anyone would really care about this guy. Let's be honest. Chat, let me know. We like Nemu. I think she's A tier. Probably bottom of A tier. But like, she is just a really cool character. I feel like everyone, the reasons for why they like Mayuri is due to Nemu. Like, Nemu comes in and helps out in so many ways. She helped out against Uryu. She helped out against Pernida, right? She helps get everything set up. She's super cute and just really, really funny with all the different outfits that she's put in. Her backstory is amazing. She's A tier. Bottom of A tier, I don't think I need to say anymore. Shuhei, the coolest lieutenant, but also the one that doesn't get much time to like showcase himself. I think we can put him also in B. Right next to Rangiku. Cool character. His admiration for Kensei was always really, really cool. His Zanpakuto is one of the coolest. In the what is it? The Zanpakuto Rebellion arc. It's the anime only. The anime only arc when all the Zanpakutos are fighting against him. I love his Zanpakuto spirit. It was so cool. I think kind of hoped that was his actual Zanpakuto spirit because it was so cool, and I felt like it just really added more to his character. Granted, that's all filler. No one really cares about that, but I thought to bring it up, really, really cool. But with my boy here, Shuhei is also really, really cool. His looks sick. It's so cool. Nemu carries Mayuri and went the extra mile when Rangiku was trying to teach the girls with guys like, if you know, yeah. Grimly. Iba. Okay, Iba, I mean, you could just... Iba doesn't get much to do. I don't really care. Honestly, Iba can almost be F tier, but like, he's bottom of D tier, he just doesn't do anything. He barely has any fights, barely does anything. The only thing that I liked was that he took care of Komamura when he was in his dog form, but that was about it. Besides that, I don't really care. Isane, also a D character, don't really care for her that much. Her relationship with Unohana is fine, but I never really got into it. She has the sister that's in Squad 13, but I also never really got to see them there. Walmart Blade. Why is that so true? Why is that so? He is the Walmart Blade. Oh my god. I have never once put that together. I like her because she's fine as fuck. I mean, I feel like almost every female character is like that, except for a few. But almost every female Bleach character is like A tier, you know? Senior Pink, huh? High tier B for me. And yeah, I don't really care for Isane, so I had to put her in D. This is Yoruichi's little brother. He doesn't really do much. He was just kind of there to make Askin look cool. And it was kind of annoying, so put him in D. Okay, it's the Boruto equivalent in Bleach. This is literally Boruto. It's Boruto, everyone. I don't know where to put him. Where do we put him? Honestly, I'm gonna put him in the don't know, because I actually don't know where to put him. We haven't seen much of him, right? We got like 1 or 2 chapters with him. We know he has Soul Reaper powers, right? But like, I don't know what to think of the kid. I don't know if I should be like happy and excited or a little bit scared. Make a list to be determined. That's fair. Let's do that. Add a row below. And then to be determined. Right. Okay. And then we'll put these characters there. That's fair, chat. See? This is why we have you, chat. Okay. And then these are just characters I either don't know or are duplicates. So yeah. That's fair. Has he done anything to disrespect his father? No! But then again, he also doesn't have anything that respects his father either, I guess. So, for right now, no, he's fine. But like, again, we don't know much. So like, I'm a little worried because I don't know how they're gonna handle him. I really don't. I don't want him to be like the main character. It's fine if he's there and maybe like he can help out a little bit or something, right? But like, don't make him like the main character and him like crazy overpowered. I don't want to see that. Me personally. We don't need another Boruto. Thank you. I don't want that. Kubo, please do not do that. Hell Arc, cool, fine. I'm there with you. But like after this, I don't need a Boruto. I don't need it. I got the story that I got, okay? Yachiru. Yachiru's awesome. Yachiru's awesome. Yeah, we put her right there. She's a solid character. Again, she has her moments with Kenpachi, obviously because she's his spirit, and like she also has that one fight against Grammy for a little bit, or like one of Grammy's like creations or whatever. Super funny. One of the funniest characters, especially in the Soul Society arc. Kill him also Ichigo goes on an adventure to get revenge. That's a little dark, don't you think? We can't kill him off. I don't think we can do that. Okay, I'm pretty sure these two characters are the characters at the beginning of Doesn't Even With Work. They're kind of cute new characters, kind of funny. But otherwise, they don't really do much. These two are right there. They're just whatever. I don't really care. Old Man Zangetsu. I mean, he's A tier. We love Zangetsu. I think everyone here can agree that we love Zangetsu. Speaking of Zangetsu, where is White? Where is White? Where is he? He's right there. Both of them going at, because they're basically the same. He can eventually surpass his father, just not outright. Yes. I don't want him to be like a badass at 5 years old. Please do not do that. Honestly, you can do like, give him like the Gon treatment, where like randomly he just gets like older and then he's just beating the shit out of like Yamamoto in hell. That would be cool. That's fine. That can work, you know. But like besides that, don't do that. But yeah, White. Old Men Don't Get To, great characters. Great characters. They really do bring out the most in Ichigo. Also, White has some of the coolest speeches. The instinct speech, amazing. It's one of the best speeches. It's probably number 2 for me, right behind the Kisuke speech about like when he was training Ichigo. I personally like that one just a little bit more, maybe, but I also could just be biased because I love Kisuke. Great. Ganju. Ganju is fine. Ganju is fine. He's fine. Ganju, you go right there. But he kind of peaked in Soul Society arc, but at least he doesn't do anything that completely annoys me. I'm no. I had to rate him a little bit lower. I had to, because they brought him back. Here's my thing. Ganju should not have been brought back in 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I'm sorry. The fact that he is in the Soul Palace trying to fight Yuhan makes no sense to me. This guy should be dead in the first few seconds of just seeing the man. The fact that he's not dead is stupid. Power scaling in 1,000-Year Blood War arc is so crazy. We're not going to talk about that because I know that can go down a really deep rabbit hole, and I'd rather not go in there. But Ganju, he was good in Soul Society. I didn't hate him, but like bringing him back just for him to be there and not doing anything is just dumb. It's just dumb. Gon, it's the pervert himself. Cone, you can go right there in C tier. You're not bad. You do have some moments like watching after Ichigo's sisters and everything like that. He also just has some comedic moments and he has this sad backstory. But him being a perv is why he goes down. If he wasn't such a perv, he'd probably be B tier. Low key. Probably be B tier if he just wasn't a perv. Ryukin. We get a little bit with his backstory. His gimmick got old, should have got more development. True. 100% true. I feel like a lot of characters should have got development, but it is what it is. Ryukin's fine. I don't hate the guy, but I also don't like him. You go right there. I want more from him. He was kind of a dick to Uryu, and he never really did anything. He's a wait. I was gonna read that. He's a perv. He just admires beauty. Something like that. I mean, he does admire beauty, but you don't have to be a weirdo to admire beauty. I'm just saying. Masaki. We get a lot more with her. She's also actually kind of cool. I actually do like Masaki. I'm gonna put her right there. Kind of feels weird to put her right next to Mayuri, but we're not gonna talk about that. Masaki against White was actually so cool. Repost. He's a perv, but he admires beauty at its finest. He admires beauty, but in a very weird way. In a very weird way is all I'm trying to say. I mean, he was literally trying to be squished by Orihime's melons. And you know what I'm saying. So, Masaki against White was so cool. Also, like her back and forth with Ryukin, and then her back and forth with Ishin was kind of cool. Again, wish we got a little bit more to see her relationship with her and Ishin, to kind of get that relationship a little bit more, because we didn't get to see much as to why they fell in love with each other, but they just kind of did. We got a little bit, but not much. I feel like we could have got a little bit more. This is Uryu's mother. We don't see much of her, so for that reason, she goes right there. Bottom is C tier. Wish we got a little bit more with her, but we don't get much. Yuhan Bach. I feel like you have to be B tier. I think that's a good spot for you. I don't hate Yuhan. I think Yuhan's fine. I just don't think I love him as much as other characters. I think that's the problem, is that a lot of the B tier characters are good, but they're not amazing or great in my opinion. He's a cool villain, for the most part, and like obviously like he destroys everyone because he is super broken with his almighty ability, but like I just never was as interested in him as I was with as like Aizen. He's a low B tier for me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think he's a bad character. Like, he's not a bad villain, but like, he's definitely not like my favorite villain. I feel like there's a lot of villains in Bleach I like way more than Yuha, and there's just a lot more characters I like more. So I think just a solid B tier. Yeah, I think he's like middle B for me, honestly. Gerard, okay. Gerard doesn't have much of a character. He's just kind of broken. And in the anime, he was a little annoying. I really hope he doesn't get more annoying, because I really was not a fan of him. He was just continually talking about the miracle. You can go right there, because you don't know how to not talk about the miracle. Askin, favorite Stern Raider in all of Bleach. Great value Thor, that is true. He is great value Thor. Askin is A tier. Honestly, right below Shinsui. I think that's fair. Askin's super cool. Love his character, love his fight. He's super cool dude, super funny. He has a really cool ability in the death dealing, not too overpowered, but it's pretty broken. If obviously used correctly. Like, he is a smart character as well. I just like Askin. Everything about Askin I like. I can't really think of anything I don't like about the guy. He was super cool. Yeah, I had to put him in A. A for Askin. Hashwalt, also a pretty cool character. I'm putting him above Yuha. I do like his character a lot more. We got to spend a lot more time with him and his backstory. Obviously with him and Basby. But I think he's a solid character. Hopefully his fight with Ryu is going to be cool. I really am excited to see that. But that's really the only thing I want to see more, is just like him after like fighting a couple of characters. We got a little bit of that with him versus Korenji, and he got destroyed, but he should be stronger now, so we'll have to see. Okay, Pernida, this one might upset some people. Yeah, no, I think I gotta put him like right here, towards the bottom of C. The problem with Pernida is not a good character, because he's not really a someone, he's more of a something, if that makes sense. Like, you focus more on what he is, not on who he is, because there's really not a personality there. Obviously, he was learning as he was fighting Mayuri, and he was getting smarter, but like, besides that, you don't really get to learn about who he is. Pernida is really not a character. He's more just the hand of Soul King, which is kind of interesting, but doesn't really make me like him all that much, personally. So, I don't know. I put him in C. C for the compulsory as well, so there you go. Very fitting. We got Mr. Flamingo. We got the Flamingo Man. We got the Flamingo. In my opinion, it matched Mayuri's Freak. I mean, I don't think anyone can match Mayuri's Freak. So, I don't know about that. I'll put Lolibera towards the top of C. He's solid. First ever Stern Raider created. Obviously, he has his fight against Shinsui, and then also his fight against like Nimaya and stuff like that. He's really cool. I do like him when he's just in his base form with his sniper. I thought that was super cool. The only thing that really upsets me is that when he goes into his flamingo form, it is the weirdest thing to ever look at. He's so weird, and like when he goes into his vote standing, it definitely weirds me out a little bit. Him as a flamingo just doesn't do it. But overall, he's fine. But nothing that like really made me awestruck. I'm trying to like find a good word to like really describe him. He just doesn't do anything for me. I don't know. It wasn't anything that like pulled me away. And I mean, you guys are gonna see this like very soon. The Stern Raiders, in my opinion, were not as cool as the Espada. I don't know if people agree with that though. I think the Espada were so much cooler and more interesting and way better characters and backstory than the Stern Raider. Grammy, we learn about his backstory in the novels. I'm not really going to talk about the novels. I'm just talking about the manga and the anime. Grammy is kind of dumb, but he does have one of my favorite fights. I think for now you can go right. Actually, I like him a little bit more than Lily Barrow personally. Right in C tier, he's fine. We don't get much with him because he only gets to one fight and then he's dead. And then obviously we do know like he was like locked away and everything, but I don't know. They made a hacker into a character, aimbot in God mode. Bro was obsessed with a whole godhood, completely different 180 in character. Bro went from X and Y, axis sniper, to god obsessed. Yeah, it's definitely weird. Definitely weird. Giselle. Where do we put Giselle? Where do we put this one? Giselle? No. Okay, CMG, if you want to talk about someone that matches Mayuri's freak, it's Giselle. We can all agree that Giselle is weird. Super, super weird. Where do we put this person? I don't know. I really don't. Put you right there, I guess. They're fine. But, like, I kind of wanted to get more with the zombie ability. I had always said that I wish what Giselle was doing was she was getting all of the dead bodies. So, like, all the characters that had died up to that point, right? When she was using her zombie ability. I wish we got to see that on like a wider scale. Like imagine like I'm trying to think, like all the Stun Raiders that had died up to that point just came back and they were under Giselle's control. Like that would have been cool. That would have been interesting because then we could have focused on our characters are starting to win, where they got their Bonkais back. Like it looks like everything is going right. And here comes Giselle. And you just see all the Stern Raiders back up. You see some of the Soul Reapers back up. Like, the Flaming Skeletons on her control. Yeah, kind of like that, right? Like with Yamamoto's ability, where he had the whole army of skeletons, but just with the zombies. And, like, have that be all the characters that died up to that point. So, like, maybe if Izuru died, and, who else almost died? Byakuya. That could have been a great moment for him as well. Where, like, he's turned into a zombie, and then like Renji, Ichigo, Rukia, they had to fight him. That would have been cool. I wish we got a little bit more with that, but again, overall, not bad. Just felt like a little bit of a missed opportunity for me. We got the Pay for Power. I forget her name. I know someone could probably remind me. She's fine, but she doesn't get much to do. She's just kind of like Giselle, just kind of there. Litoto. Now this one's gonna surprise some people. I actually really like Litoto. I'm gonna put her in top of B tier. Right there. Yep. That's fine. Top of B tier. I do really like Litoto. Super smart. Not an idiot. Also, she does the single greatest thing ever. And I think you guys know what I'm gonna talk about. This motherfucker dies because of her. She took one for the entire fucking team. Everyone in the series, everyone that was watching, we all can agree that we do not like Pepe. I feel like this is unanimous. No one likes this guy. And she took one for the team and had to eat this same guy and got rid of him. Got rid of him. Now we didn't have to see him anymore. And for that single reason, she's top of B tier. She's almost S tier for that. Low key, she's honestly almost my favorite character because she got rid of the worst character in the series. I like her personality type. Agreed. She's like super laid back, right? But like she's also like really, really strong. She got rid of Diddy. Oh god, Pepe is literally the Diddy of Bleach. Jesus Christ. Oh god. Candice is basically Bambietta, but just weaker. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna put all the Bambis together except for Litoto. All of them are just C tier. Not really crazy about them. I know a lot of people really like Bambietta. I know the reason why. No. Personally, no. She just doesn't do it for me. She's whatever. She's definitely better than a lot of these ones. I have to put Giselle above Candice personally, but like Bambietta really just doesn't do it for me. She's just whatever. This guy, no one cares about. Bottom of D. He was there as a pawn from Grammy or whatever. I don't really care for this guy. Not interesting, not cool. He was only there for a little bit. Kind of whatever. Okay, then we get Driscoll. Driscoll is also a character I don't really care about. He has a really crazy ability, but like, he's really not that cool. We do know he's the one that killed the Squad 1 lieutenant, but besides that, there's really not anything else with this character. There's also a guy I just really don't care for. Yeah, no. You can go there. My laptop keeps turning off. Hold on. Let me refresh my laptop. There we go. We're all good. She reminds me of Kagame from Inuyasha. It's been a while since I've seen Inuyasha. King Doom, decent fight, I guess. I really didn't care much for King Doom. Just another character I really don't care for. It's not the worst thing ever, but I do like his design, I guess. Yeah, no, you can also go in detour. That's fine. The wine, actually someone that was actually kind of useful for a little bit. It was literally brought there as death fodder. Hey, quick question. What is the stream tomorrow? I might not be able to join because my power might go out. Tomorrow we're doing a Pokemon Unite stream. Every Sunday is a Pokemon Unite stream. We don't get enough time with Bleach characters nowadays. Not enough episodes. Yeah. You guys are going to see me kind of just speed run through a lot of the Stone Raiders. Because a lot of them don't have backstories. Like, we don't get much of their characters or anything. I 100% agree, Primera. If we got a little bit more with some of these characters, then sure, I probably would rank them higher, but we don't. We just don't. I 100% agree. Okay, thank you, bye. Hey, no problem, man. Have a good day. Okay, we got no, you're worst. You're just annoying. No one cares. And you tried to attack my beloved Aizen. How dare you? Masculine, solid character. Was really strong. It was whooping ass. I can't put him above Ryuken. I put him above Kensei because he was whooping Kensei's ass. James though was super annoying. No. James, you go in F. I don't like James. Masculine is cool, but James was just annoying, and he's just there. God, I hate that guy. He's so annoying. Asnot, one of the better villains in Bleach. One of the better ones. I put him under Ichigo. B2. Asnot the Fear is actually really cool. Almost killed Bianchia. Almost even killed Rukia. Rey Mysterio. It's one of the twins. We don't have both of them. We don't have both of them, which is kind of weird. But the twins were kind of cool. They were fun. I like them a little bit. We can put them above these two. That's fine. BG9. We don't even know what the letter K stands for. It's probably knowledge. That's what a lot of people are thinking. But we don't even get much, and you don't have a really cool fight. Yeah, you go right there. Baz B. You know, a lot of people would think that because of his name, you put him in B. But I'm actually not gonna put him in B. I'm gonna put him in C. We can go. He's right next to his twin sister. Right here. Okay. Baz B. He's not bad. I just don't care for him. He is literally hot-headed. Doesn't have the coolest fight. Like his fight against Hashwalt was kind of just embarrassing on his part. Like he's kind of like Renji in a lot of ways. Now Baz B. nah. It's Baz C. Baz C. Baz C now. He's whatever. Robert Agatron's another character we don't get to know what his letter stands for. It's N for probably the nimble is what some people are thinking. Don't get much with them. Don't care. Okay, so we got these characters. Question: we don't get to spend time with you because Kenpachi rips your throat out. The war. you get split in half. So we don't really care about those two. No one cares. This guy gets his arm cut off because he was talking about to this guy. That's about it. And this was the first ever Sunrider that we get to see. He was the one that fought Ichigo. So it gives you a little bit more. But you only go like this far up. So it's whatever. Speedrunner do these. Cool game. Okay. One of the cooler Quincy, it sucks that he was the one that died first out of a lot of the Stone Raiders. He's actually solid. I actually don't hate this guy. He's actually a good villain. Has a really cool fight against Ichigo. Was the first first of the main Stone Raiders that we end up seeing to fight him, and that was actually really cool. He was pretty much he's pretty much a Nazi, which makes him just a way better villain. But High C, I don't know. I can't put him up here with like Masaki and Uketake and these guys. I think we can move him up a little bit. Maybe move him up a little bit. Yeah, we can put him above Cone. Or I think no. Above Masculine, right there. Kinda in the middle. Middle C. Okay, now these are 4 characters I don't really know much about. But these were the original Royal Guards. These are also just characters we don't know much about. So again, we can just kind of throw all of these characters in D, because we don't spend much time with these guys. We do get to spend time with this guy a little bit. And they were like the original Royal Guard with Yuhan, but besides that, that's all the Sun Raiders. Again, not the best because we don't get to spend time with them or get their backstories with a lot of these characters, so it just sucks because they could have been better. Tozen, cool backstory, turned evil, but still kind of a C tier. We're gonna put him right next to Kamamura. He's probably a better character. His Bankai was cool. He has some cool fights. When he was turned into a hollow, that was a little weird, but otherwise he's fine. Solid C tier. I think it's a good spot to put him. Askin. Now here's where we get into some of the really good characters. We're gonna see a lot of A tiers here real quick. Askin, or I'm sorry Askin, but Stark. Stark is just cool. Number 1 Espada. Now my favorite Espada is actually my second favorite Espada, but really cool character nonetheless. I love Stark. Stark is so cool. I started to love him more as time went on. Bargain, also another really cool Espada member. We're gonna put him right below Latoto. I think I like Latoto a little bit more, but again, I'm also biased. I'm gonna start out the music again. But Bargain's also cool. Was the king of Wako Mundo. His fight kind of makes him look dumb and kind of terrible because he loses to Hachi and Soifone, which is sad. But he's still a solid character, and he was always kind of interesting. I kind of wish we got a little bit more with him. Now, one of the best girls, probably the second best girl in my opinion. Yeah. Right there. Stark is, I think, is a better character than Nell. I love Nell, and if I was being biased, I'm with you. I would put her in S. She's right there. Honestly, I'm gonna move Stark up a little bit. Yeah, right there. Very close. These are characters right here that are close. Not close. No, she's S sister relationship to Ichigo. And she kind of does have a sister relationship. I love Nell. I love Nell. I feel like, look, Nell is one of the characters that if you don't like her, we can't be friends. We can't be friends. Nell is just cool. We'll also put her low form. It's kind of a duplicate, but put it right there. Holly Bell. Don't really get much with Holly Bell. Even in Thousand Year Blood War, I was hoping that she would actually do something because she kind of gets destroyed by Yuha. But we don't, and we don't really get too much of a crazy backstory with her and whatnot. So with that said, gonna bring her down just a little bit, but she's so good. Awuga, okay. Guys, we gotta relax. Okay, keep it in your pants. Okiura. He's my favorite Espada. I'm sorry. I know it's very typical to put either Grimmjow or Okiura there, but Okiura is just so cool. His whole thing on nihilism, him being pretty much like the right hand, or like the main Espada that Aizen goes for, or goes to get jobs done. His back and forth with Ichigo and Grimmjow. His fight, the Vassal Lorde fight against Okiura, is still one of my favorite fights to this day. And not just in Bleach, but in all of anime. It is still one of the best fights of all time. Okiura was not the strongest, bro. Hey, that's very debatable. I see some people definitely debating that. I'm not saying that he's the strongest, but like he is still pretty strong, in my opinion at least, and he is just a really cool character. Really cool character. I don't very much heavily debated on who's the strongest. I can see how Okiura is the strongest, but I can also see the argument. At least I do know now. If we're talking about after the time skip, he's definitely not the strongest, not even close. But he is still pretty strong. Noritora. Now this guy is one of the better villains in Bleach, in my opinion. And I really do like him. He's right below Hollybone. It's very close between these two. Noritora, I will start by saying this. Noritora versus Kenpachi is one of the main reasons I also got into Bleach. Because it was actually the first ever episode I saw with Kenpachi fighting against Okiura. I was watching it with my brother. I was like, I think I was like 5 or 6 at the time. So I never should have been watching this. But I remember watching this fight and thinking it was so cool. And it was the one thing that I remembered. And when I remembered it, I ended up going back, rewatching Bleach, and I fell in love with the series. And because of Bleach, I am literally here. Is a true story. Without Bleach, I would not be here doing YouTube videos and streams and all that stuff. I would not be here if it wasn't for this. So it kind of starts with Noritora, so I kind of have a weird like nostalgia with the guy. And he is just a good villain. So with that said, I'm putting him in B. I can't put him in A though, but there is a lot of nostalgia there, because if it wasn't for the Noritora versus Kenpachi fight, I never would have got into Bleach, never would have been here meeting all you guys. So with that said, I had to put him there. Do you think Aizen didn't know about his second release? No, I think he knew. I think he knew. I definitely think he knew, but he just never said anything. Because I mean, he used a Hokyu on them, so he should know everything about them. Plus, Aizen's super smart. He probably knew, since he was planning for Okiura to fight the Vassal Lorde. It would only make sense that he would know about that, right? Like Okiura would be like the perfect person to fight the Vassal Lorde and fight Ichigo. So I definitely think he knew, but regardless, it's still just a cool form, a cool fight. My first ever episode of any anime was a DBZ episode during the Cell Saga. I think the first ever anime I watched was definitely Pokemon, probably because I was only allowed to watch that. But the first episode for Bleach was with Kenpachi. I think it was also the Kendo episode. Was Kenpachi versus Noritora. Again, another thing I should not have been watching. Grimmjow, A tier for sure. We gotta put him A tier. We gotta put him A tier, and we gotta put him right there. I love all three of these Espada. What if Aizen was the one that gave him that power to further push Ichigo with hypnosis? Maybe? That I think could be kind of cool. I don't think he was, but it could be interesting. Grim, his best character in Bleach, bro, literally had Orihime words with Ichigo just so he could get a proper fight. And the bully who was being mean to Orihime, and he declined sex from Lolly. Yep. Typo, how was supposed to say Jow? Don't worry, I understood. Don't worry. You're all good. But yeah, he is a cool character. He did stomp the bully because he did need to go get Orihime. That was actually a cool moment. There's a lot of great rivalry matches. I feel like Grimmjow is the Vegeta of Bleach. I feel like that's what it is. So I'm just being imaginative. No, I think it's cool to like talk about like these possible things. I definitely don't think it happened, but like it would be kind of interesting if it did, right? I think there's a lot of interesting things to talk about, especially in the like a Wonkar saga. There's a lot of things that you can talk about and kind of like speculate, and I think that's one reason why I love the Espada so much. Is there's so much there that you can kind of talk about as opposed to the Stern Raiders. And I feel like that's kind of why I enjoyed watching the Wonkar saga a little bit more than the 1,000 Year Blood War. I'm not saying that's better, but I'm just saying I probably enjoyed watching it a little bit more for a lot of those same reasons. So I can definitely agree. Grimmjow is a great character as well. Great fight. Him coming back, I hope he gets to do a little bit more. I don't want him to just fight Askin. I kind of want him to do a little bit more outside of that, if possible. Probably won't happen, but like I want to see more with Grimmjow. I want to see his second resurrection. I want to see a lot of stuff with him and now. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with him. Okay, now this is where we get into kind of like some of the mid pack of the Espada. Zomri is whatever. He's not the worst. He's definitely not the best. Middle of C. It's not the worst. Style is cooler. I like Sao more. Sao, especially against Mayuri, was really cool. And like his whole thing on perfection and everything like that. Him, I think I heard he was supposed to be like, he was the strongest Espada at one point or something like that. And then him coming back for the Hell arc was really cool. Can't wait to see what that's gonna be all about. He's definitely cool. I'll put him above Grammy. I think top of C is good. I don't know if I can put him above some of these other characters because I like them a lot more, but I think he's solid. Arunyero, you just suck. Besides you being Cayenne and then having or being the one that Rika defeats to kind of push her character a little bit more, you really are just whatever. You can go right there, bottom of C. And then Yami is fine. He's also just kind of an idiot. I really don't care much about Yami. I like him more than Zomri. Put him right there. But we'll see. That's where I put all those guys. Silo is probably the only one I can see moving up, but everyone else I really didn't care much. Yami is the biggest disappointment. I mean, yes, he is the biggest. He is the biggest. Biggest disappointment. Okay, we got a lot of the Fraction and just other Wonkar. I'm gonna kind of speed through this. Loopy is kind of whatever. Loopy, you're kind of whatever, but you at least had a little bit of something. But you had that weird scene with Rangekyou that kind of brings you down. You can go right there. You go right next to Orihime. I don't know if I should put you next to Orihime, but you can go right next to Orihime. This guy, I know he had to hit this weird back and forth with Yumachika. Also, don't really care about this guy. So you can just go. Who's someone that I don't really care about? You can go right there. This was the guy that fought Ichigo with the Hollow Mask. Also kind of forgettable, but it's not bad, not the worst. Probably put you right above Arunyero. This one, she fought Ryu. That's all I can remember. I don't remember much about her. These are Hollybell's fractions, right? They can all just also go in like the same spot. We're gonna get a lot of C tiers here. I mean, I told you guys we're gonna have a lot of C tiers. That's just kind of how it is. There we go. Yee. Okay, that's what I thought. One device, you're not really a character, you're a plot device. So with that said, you kind of have to go in D. But you're a better plot device than like more than half of these characters. So with that said, you can go right there. Cause at least I like you a little. That's kind of rude. That's kind of rude. I like Momo more. Well, Lynette, you had to go up here with Askin. Or not Asuka, Stark. You had to go here with Stark. She's not a better character though, so I guess you go bottom, but you're kind of an extension of Stark, so maybe you can just sit right there. That's fine. This character, we don't care for her. F tier. We don't care for her. Afro Man. It's Afro Samurai if he didn't have a sword. Yeah, you're also just kind of whatever. So you could just kind of go right there. There we go. My boy, best character in Bleach, absolute greatest character. Holy shit, you guys don't even know. Greatest character, Dog. S tier, greatest dog ever. Holy shit. Okay, and now we got the Fullbringers. Tsukishima, great. He put it out. What? Tsukishima. We have our little uncle. Everyone knows this guy. We all love him, right? We love him way more than Ichigo, guys. Like he's just the coolest guy ever. Absolutely great. Like, dude, he was there for my birthday. He was there for my birthday, dude. This guy is great. This guy's great. Just a really cool guy. Really cool guy. We're gonna have to put him. We're gonna put him in B tier because he was there for my birthday. B for birthday, honestly. So, Tsukishima, great guy. Everyone loves this guy. Yuriko, no one fucking likes this guy. No one. You're literally there just. You go right next to these guys because you were there just to make Kenpachi look cool. We got Ginjo. We got the off-brand Ichigo because he's just not as cool or as funny. You can go right there. There we go. Jackie, also don't really care about you that much, so you can also go in D tier. But you're more forgettable. I remember Giriko. He just got destroyed. I don't remember Jackie because you have one of the worst fights in the entire series. Oh, and then we got literally me, the nerd. We got the nerd. You can go bottom seat. Where's Ruruka? I just realized Ruruka's not on this list. What the hell? Ruruka isn't on the list. They just forgot my girl. Unless I put her in here somewhere. No, I didn't. What the hell? I kind of like Ginjo, that's strange. No, I think Ginjo and Tsukishima are legitimately two of the only Fullbringers I like. Ruruka's okay. I think Ruruka would have been like top of C tier, maybe mid-pack C tier, somewhere in there. She's fine. If anything, I know someone was saying that Nell was like the sister, like she had the sister relationship with Ichigo. I feel like that's Ruruka. Ruruka has more of that sister brotherly relationship with Ichigo. You know, like she's like that little sister. I look at those two like that. And they're like some of the only characters I can really think are like that. I also thought originally Ruruka and Renji were kind of like a sister brother relationship, but I was clearly wrong. But like, yeah, I think Ginjo and Tsukishima, they're fine. They're good characters. They're solid. But I don't love them. But they're not bad characters for sure. They're definitely more interesting. I just kind of wish we got a little bit more with them. So maybe we'll see a little bit more with Destiny of Blood Warrior because they are there. So we can maybe see that in the future. But that's my list. Obviously, I gotta stop memeing. Okay, so we gotta move these two down. But let's look at this list. S tier, I think that's gonna stay the same. I don't think I'm gonna change that. A tier is good. We're gonna move Lone up just because I mean she took down Pepe. Everyone else in B tier and A tier, I think are fine. I think it's the C tier that might be the only thing that changed. Or actually, better yet, we're gonna move some characters up. Sorryphone, Omeda, and then Orihime. You three will move up. You guys are not gonna be in D tier. Because a lot of these characters I don't like or really don't do anything and I don't care for them. These characters have at least a little bit of something. I'll move Orihime. She can go right next to Uryu's mother. Omeda, you stay there. Sorryphone, you go right there. I have to wait a little bit more. Hold on. You can go above Bambietta. Yeah, I like that personally. And in D tier after, yep. I think that would be my list. I know some people are obviously not going to agree with it. That's fine. We each have our own opinions, but I think that would be my list for the Bleach characters. I do like a lot of the Bleach characters. They're usually really cool. I just wish that for some of them, like especially a lot in the C and D tier, they just got more development. That's the only problem, is they don't really focus that much on all the characters. The ones that they do focus on a lot, they tend to be really good. And these are like the results of that. They're just some of the best characters in the series. But then when they don't, you just get some characters that either no one cares about, or at least I don't care about, and then characters that are just kind of whatever. So that's my whole thing. It's your list. I agree with a lot. Thanks for sharing. Hey, no problem, man. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. I do want to do some more Bleach tier lists in the future, like maybe ranking all the fights, ranking every arc. I want to do that after 1,000 Year Blood War is done and get my opinions there. So there will be some future streams, and obviously next week we will be playing Bleach Rebirth of Souls. I already have it pre-ordered, so once it's all downloaded, I just want to make sure everything will work on stream and the game's working. And once I know that for sure, then the following day I will be streaming. So pretty much a week from today. So next Saturday, expect another Bleach stream. So you guys are excited for that, then you guys can tune in there. But without further ado, that is it. I had to go eat because I've been talking for a little, almost 2 hours now. A little bit under 2 hours. Yes sir, me too. I'm maining Stark day 1. I actually don't know who I'm gonna main, so that's gonna be something I have to figure out. But yep, we will see you guys next time. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, hit the sub button, and we will see you guys next time. See ya!